Hi, my name is George, and today I'll be walking you through my AMI dashboard demo. I've created a Scrabble game that can be played against a board, and like any Scrabble game, you can drag the tiles around and place them wherever you want. But of course, this is not a valid move because it doesn't connect to any existing tiles. So let's try to form the word bid, like BID, and you notice that now it's a valid turn. Sorry, it's a valid move, and I will gain 6 points if I end my turn now. Of course, you can also do nothing and just end your turn, and you just get 0 points. And if you try to make an invalid move like that, you won't be able to end your turn. Let's form another word like a disk. And in Scrabble, all the tiles that you can form as many words as you want, but all the tiles you play must be on the same row or column. So notice that disk will yield 17 points, and the reason why this letter C is gaining us so many points is because there's a double letter score under this tile. And I'll just now walk you through a couple of errors that you might encounter while playing, such as if your tiles are not on the same row or column, or if even if they're on the same row or column. Let's form the word like EA and TA, which are valid words, and also WEIR, which is valid. But if you have them together, even if they are on the same row, you notice that the tiles placed are not contiguous, so this is also an invalid move. So what I've done so far doesn't require a dashboard, but I've made more of like a Scrabble trainer. So if like you don't want to just know the best possible move, but let's say like all possible moves in a certain area, you can select the area, let's say over here, and see all the possible words that can be formed, which takes into account the existing tiles as well as the tiles in your hand. So I've sorted this by and it's not really sorted by. I've sorted this by length now, and you'll see why later. This is basically just an AMI table styled to look something different. So if we select this word and we play the word corresponding word, you'll notice that it's also not a valid move because huiye is not a valid word. And that's because the selection doesn't take into account tiles that are outside of the area. So if I recall these two letters and select a larger area, and this is still sorted according to length, you'll notice that the only four-letter word is queued, which is definitely not huia. So let's just select the entire area. Let's say you want to find like the best possible move, and doing this will of course search the entire board, so it should give you the best possible move. And this will take around 30 to 120 seconds depending on the complexity of the board. And while the algorithm is processing, I will just walk you through the other panels. Over here, you have the scoreboard. Currently, I have a slightly higher score than the board, but my turn is also higher, which implies that I started first. And this tiles left refers to the tiles left in your bag. So basically, for Scrabble, each player starts with, in traditional Scrabble, each player starts with a bag of 100 tiles, but mine is only 98 because I do not include the two blank tiles that Scrabble usually comes with. Uh, and at the end of your turn, you will draw tiles from the bag until you have 7 in your hand, no matter how many tiles you played that turn. Yeah. And next are the end turn and reset game buttons, which I will show later, and the difficulty and timeout settings. So this just applies to the board. Currently, the difficulty is at maximum, which means that the board will play whatever. The board also uses the same algorithm to search and decide on a move. So you just basically play the one that has the maximum score, and if you pick any other number, you just play tiles from that percentile. And next is the timeout. You'll notice that it's taking like quite a long time to load. So if your timeout is, let's say, like lower than the time it requires to fully search the entire board, it will just stop loading, and it will just like end its search prematurely and play a corresponding word from what it has searched. So I'll just leave this at infinity, and the difficulty at 3 is fine. Yeah, you see this cool animation. And yeah, now all the data has been loaded, and you notice that the word the word is the maximum score that we can form is SDIC, and there's also 7 possible locations that you can place this word, all of them with like a different scores. And you notice that disc, actually the word that we form is second, but not in the position that we played just now. This one has the highest score. Yeah, this is sorted by score if I'm not wrong. And basically this is just an aggregate table, and this is a real-time table that's based on this. And for fun, you can also look up the definition by right-clicking this. And this is of course not required in Scrabble, but it's just in case you're curious. And some of these yeah, okay. Some of these have like really bad definitions or no definitions at all because I think this doesn't have a definition. Yeah, because like a lot of Scrabble words are from Old English or like words that are no longer used. So yeah, and also you can take a look. Let me try to find a good example, but I think it was this. Like this. So you can also take a look at the regex that matches the entire row. If it's a horizontal word or like a column if it's like a vertical word. So this column is pretty empty, so the regex should be quite simple. Whereas this one, it's there's a bunch of letters in between, so the regex will understandably be more complex. And all of this is generated on the fly by my algorithm. So now I'll just play the word. What was it? What's the highest? What's the best scoring word? I think SDIC, right? I'll just play it here, and I'll end my turn afterward. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the tiles you see in purple are the tiles that the bot played in the previous turn. Now that I've played the word, let me just end my turn and see you in around a minute and a half's time. So, hello, this is George from 1 minute 20 seconds in the future, and the bot has played the word fine for a total of 9 points. And yeah, it's not really a good word to play because it's at difficulty 3, and the word he played is over here. Now I will go ahead and reset the game just to show like a demo, and you notice that my hand has completely changed and the board is now cleared. So let's just select this area and see what words show up. I don't think we can form many words or a word with 7 letters because we don't seem to have a lot of vowels. And if you didn't know, in Scrabble, if you manage to play your entire hand at any point in time, that is to play all 7 tiles, you gain a bonus of 50 points, and this is implemented in my game. And oh wow, we already done searching, and it seems that the best word we can play is pricks, which only has 5 letters and a score of 22. And if you look through all these words, you notice that all of them form a cross in the center, and that is because the first word in Scrabble must span the middle cell. So I'll just end my video here. Thank you for watching.